Okay, sorry to keep you all waiting here. Yeah, it's we came up short a little bit today. I thought it was a good opportunity to get the guys out there and get some quality reps from some of the guys that don't get maybe as many line of scrimmage reps as they did today. And it was a good look at some of those guys, and so we came up a little bit short. Certainly, we need to do some things better. But our focus at this point moves on to the playoffs and continuing to grow as a football team. So with that, we'll open up to your questions.
John, it didn't look good for both Levi and Seki. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I don't, Sal. So I'm going to go back in here and talk to the trainers and see where it is.
But taking Kevin Johnson out seemed like the obvious move there, right?
Right. Yeah, we were just trying to make sure. We're a little thin at that position to begin with, so Levi and Kevin were out there and are going to try and roll them, and that's where you just run out of bodies, to be honest with you. And so, just, hate to see that happen. Made a good play. So we just, I'll get a better feel when I get back inside here.
Along those same lines, when Cody went down, was there any thought to maybe even putting Lee Smith at tackle?
Yeah, you try and get to your contingency plan. And I was even thinking, hey, should we just try and run it? And we put Isaiah at corner for a few reps at the end of the game. Looked like he did good, so maybe we'll evaluate that. He didn't blink, which is admirable at that point. So just trying to protect ourselves more than anything at that point.
With respect to stepping up, Coach, just the game that Duke put together today, and is there an opportunity for guys that played in this last game to merit consideration for playing time going forward?
Absolutely, yeah, there is absolutely, Chris, and we had a good week of practice, and we're got some good work in there with some guys working against each other, and so it gave us again an opportunity to evaluate and watch how guys handled the week and then how they handled today, and again, it's all about us growing as a football team. Who can help us the most?
Does Duke present a different element to your passing game? You've had a lot of speed on the field, and that certainly helped you guys this year, but just the physicality that he has just seems to be a different element that he can bring.
Yeah, he's a tough football player. The fans, he's obviously popular with the fans and love the juice, love the energy, the toughness. So he's a young player, though. There's some plays I know he wants back, some fundamentals in there that we've got to improve on. But I thought, to your question, that he brought us some energy today.
Last year you went to Houston, you played them pretty much toe-to-toe, but for a few plays. And I know in the football world that's an eternity, between then and now. Does that give you any sense of confidence or looking at that film from last year for game planning?
Each year is different. Each team is different. Each year is different. I'll just say this, they're a good football team with playmakers, and they've been to the playoffs a number of times. So we're going to have a good week of work here.
Sean, you changed, around the building, you've changed the signage from playoff caliber to championship caliber. What's the message there? Is it the next step?
Yeah, that's the goal. And so the way it works, we came here with obviously a goal of making the Super Bowl, but it's how you get to give yourself a chance, and that's where playoff caliber comes in, and that's a day-to-day standard, a day-to-day barometer of the standard. And so now that we're in, as of a week or so ago, we changed it to championship caliber, and we know that we respect the challenge that's in front of us too, and that's where we're trying to go as an organization. It's going to take all of us, and we've got to have a really good week, a focused week here as we move forward.
Sean, you looked at their film, I'm sure probably the Chiefs and Texans, but Texans now are your opponent. Their offense, what do you think would concern you most about what they do best?
Yeah, Sal, I'll give you more. When's my next time? Tomorrow? And the day after that, and the day after that. No, they're a good football team. Deshaun's a playmaker, and of course they've got the receivers and everything, and a running game, and some players on defense as well. So they got some playmakers that have generated a lot of plays over the course of their career to this point, and so it'll be a big test for us.
Coach, I'm sure that most NFL head coaches feel this way because the 16-game season can be a marathon, but how battle-tested do you feel your group is for playoff football in light of what you guys have been through this year?
Yeah, we've gone on the road, we've played close games. I just think it's one game seasons here on out. So we've got to have a good week of preparation. Our players need to get their rest, and then we'll take it one day at a time.
Sean, two parts. One, was that as scripted for Josh today in terms of the amount of time that you wanted him in there? And how prepared do you feel he is for this next challenge?
Yeah, give or take overall. Excuse me. And as far as prepared for this next game, next challenge, yeah. I mean, look, he's a first. This will be his first game in the playoffs. So it'll be a lot of our players' first game in the playoff, right? In the playoffs. So another opportunity to grow as a football team. In this case, for Josh and for us as a team. And like I said, you've got to earn it, right? These wins in the playoffs don't come easy, and we've got to focus on the process this week, getting in and having a good week of preparation, focused week of preparation.
How did you know that you could go to Isaiah McKenzie as a cornerback?
Yeah, I mean, just give John Butler credit, our DB coach. He talked with him a little bit during the game, and Isaiah didn't blink, and so it's just knowing your players, right? And our guys are tough, man. They're tough, and it's fun to watch them out there, compete. And we got off the field, I think, when he was out there 1 or 2 series as well. So it was good to see.
Do you ask? I mean, is it an open question on the sideline, like who wants to do this?
Not necessarily. Yeah, we don't take a vote or anything. There's not really time for that, that's not really how we work anyway. But I think, again, I praise him for it because you don't find that often. So pretty cool situation. Don't like being in that situation, but pretty cool the way he handled it.
Second coming of Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
On this schedule this year, Sean, a lot of people looked at it and you had to almost face criticism for the team maybe not proving anything because the schedule was considered soft. But as you've ramped up here, you've had very important games here in the last month, prime time, flexed, all that stuff. And I know it's random, but if you could have stacked the schedule the way you wanted to, would it pretty much resemble the way you were able to play it out with getting, having the important games be here towards the end of the schedule as you're ramping up towards the playoffs?
Yeah, Tim, I know every game's important. If you don't start the season well 16 weeks ago, 17 weeks ago, the season may go differently, right? So every game's important. Teams that start in one, fashion don't always end up in that fashion in terms of the win-loss record. So you always look at the schedule, and people always want to say, well, is this team going to be tough? That team, you never know. That's where I think this is the greatest league in sports because of the parity that's in the league, in and around the league, and every year is different. So I'm just proud of the guys, the way they've improved every week and focused on the next week, which is a big challenge against the Texans and a good football team, like I've said, in all 3 phases. All right, thanks, guys.